Just what is empathy? Especially considering the ones who would spit it in your face. Hello, this is another Gather Up Gotchard. We're talking about episode 12 of Kamen Rider Gotchard, and boy howdy, when it said, hey, we're doing a new arc, they weren't kidding. Because last week we had, like, I would say the end of Innocence moment, where they're searching for one Kimmy, and all the while the bad guys are finally enacting the last bit of their plan, and everything is just about to fall apart for our heroes, as it turns out one of the members of the academy who is there to root out and find a spy is the spy, and basically worships the Abyssal Sisters and all kinds of bad things, to the point where she's basically going to destroy her own body with forbidden alchemy that will kill her, or will at least take away her arm, as she knocks down Hotaro and kind of tries to steal some of his cards, some of the Kimmys, as Subimaru is able to fight back a little bit. Again, this shy, innocent guy, through the empathy of Hotaro, is able to embolden himself to become a hero. He's able to do something heroic in this moment, get Hotaro the Kimmy cards back, so they are able to fight back to an extent, as well as the fact that Hotaro trusts them enough to be able to help him pull off a plan of counterattack. And it's just like, okay, holy crap. There's something Hotaro is able to talk to these things. You're not fighting one dude, you're fighting 100 dudes with Hotaro, with Kamen Rider Gotchard. And I think that's going to be like the big end season power thing, because, like, look at like, say someone like Double. It is the power amplify. Look at, like, O's. It is one set that is, like, super powerful, super impressive. And then you have someone like Geets, which is a culmination of his character arc of pure desire of changing the world to what you want it to be. Hotaro's whole thing is empathy, companionship, working together, hand in hand, marching forward. His ultimate power is probably going to be, sweet, hey, all the Kimmys, we march, and it's just an army of PNGs just attacking. Like, I think that would be kind of epic, but and that's a little bit of fanficky theory crafting, but we'll see what happens. As the rest of the alchemy crew come in and go like, you're the one doing this? Fuck, shit. God damn it. As basically she does the villain thing of like, I'm doing this to help them because they're going to open up the door of darkness and reveal all the truths of alchemy, and it's going to be cool and great, and everyone's just like, what the fuck are you... This is kind of bullshit. Stop it. They fight a little bit, as the Abyssal Sisters are like, hey, we've finally accomplished our thing. We're here to basically ruin your day. She basically the spy basically starts worshipping the ground they walk on, and the Abyssal Sisters are just like, oh, cool. Die, please. What? Yeah, we don't give a shit about you. We were just using you. Bye. And they kill her, and she's, like, begging and in pain and all this kind of stuff. And Hotaro's just, like, immediately, what the fuck? She was your... He doesn't even care that they're evil. He cares that, like, she was your teammate. Like, this is what's getting into his head of, like, this is how evil they are. It's just like, oh, they are willing to throw away anything. They do not give a shit. They are that dangerous, right? As everybody starts branching off to go pick their fights, right? The Spanner goes and fights the one person, you know, all this different kind of stuff. The teacher gets his hand stuck in a pole. It's all kinds of bad. As the angry sister, I can't remember her name, grabs Subimaru and goes like, hey, you're gonna be our little guinea pig. Puts the belt on him. He is basically, and the older little sister, you know, the one, older little sister brainwashes him, forces him to henshin, and now he is Kamen Rider Dread. Oh my god, that is so good. Oh my god, for a show all about empathy, that the big evil writer is basically like removing the empathy from a person and twisting it. Oh, it's so good. So Dread fights Valvarad, and Hotaro goes like, fuck, I gotta fight him. I don't want to fight him. And it's a back and forth all the way through. Couple different forms, couple different power-ups. And Hotaro can't fully fight him because he's like, I need to save Sabimaru. How do I save him? And like, Sabimaru is like talking through the tablet going like, I don't want to do this. Fuck. I'm basically like, I'm hurting. This sucks. I don't want to be doing this. And everyone's just like, fuck, this situation is... Earlier Gotchard is like, haha, happy fun, monster of the week, fun vibes. Insert is a little bit depressing that they can't be friends at the end, but it's happy-go-lucky. And this immediately turns it up to 10 of just like, no, this shit's not gonna go the way you want it to, which I think is really good. It's really good, as basically everyone is just getting their shit kicked in, as Hotaro is just finally going like, fuck, I'll get him. I'll beat him. He gets a second win. He's about to throw the big ass punch to beat the Dread, and the suit removes part of the helmet. And like a brilliant fucking idea, because of course it's a magic fucking nanite suit. It can do whatever. It removes part of the helmet. So Hotaro sees his friend's face and it's like, I can't hit him. It uses Hotaro's empathy against him. Greatest strength, greatest weakness. And Hotaro just starts getting beat the fuck down. It is darkest hour for everyone, as basically UFO comes in and says like, hey, yo, you actually like care about chemis? Cool, here you go. Here's a power-up sword. Gotchard is able to re-henshin, use the sword, basically beat off Dread just enough to give the teacher a chance to get them all out of there, teleport them all out. The Abyssal Sisters still have Sabimaru, in the Dread suit, just a drone, just sitting there, as basically the whole crew is back at base, regrouping, as Valvarad's going like, you failed, and Hotaro is just going like, I failed, and everyone's just going like, yeah, but you tried, and it's just like, oh man. Hotaro also just goes like, I'm fucking gonna save my friend. He resolves and steels himself. This episode goes several places, as it directly confronts how simple the empathy our heroes has been playing with has been. It's been very much like, it's friendship, it's companionship, it's simple things. It's, and this, it's a little bit more complex of how do you treat your empathy when your friend is suffering and hurting you? Like, there's no direct comparison to that. Like, you can make allusions to, like, how do you treat your friend empathetically if they are addicted to a very dangerous substance and that's hurting themselves and hurting you? But that's not the situation. It's how do you protect a friend that's being manipulated to hurt themselves and hurt you? And it's just like, you can't do it with Sunshine and Flowers. You're probably gonna have to knock out your friend, but that you don't. Hotaro's not able to make that idea yet, because ultimately their ideas are good. Hotaro and the crew's ideas of empathy and kindness and companionship and friendship, they're all good, but they do need to be steeled. They need to be refined. They need to be what's the word for it? It's in blacksmithing. It's that kind of annealed in the face of their adversaries. Their adversaries are going to take advantage of every single weakness that they can get a hold of. Like how in the fight, the mask slips away and Hotaro can't hit his friend. Like, he's trying to save his friend, but he can't hurt him. But stealing this resolve, stealing this feeling that this negative emotion that they're all feeling of being unable to save the day, it will feed their empathy and will be the key to save everything. Of, I feel powerless, and using that feeling of powerlessness to feed their empathy of trying to help people so they don't feel that feeling of powerlessness, you know? Because only by giving a shit is Hotaro even accomplishing anything. Like, all these people kept going, oh, the 10s don't like people, you can't catch a 10, you can't catch a 10 Kemi. And Hotaro just being a cool dude and trying to be nice to the Kemis and working with them and trusting them as individuals, not as tools. UFO goes like, I like the cut of your jib, and gives them a fucking sword. Come on. And even the person who's like, I don't like your tactics, has to go like, yo, you know, UFO actually kind of fucking worked with that guy. I wonder if there's something there. And with that new weapon, we are probably going to get our new forms next week. What an absolutely amazing episode. I genuinely loved it. It was just the right time to take a big left turn for the show, and it works. And it just really shows how bad the sisters are. They're just really, they, like, because here's the thing, they have used civilians before and like scare tactics, and like the first few times you're seeing it, it's like, oh, it's just there to be a scare tactic, it's just there to be like, oh my god, so spooky, because no one gets hurt. And like, you're going into this like, oh yeah, no one's getting hurt, it's a fun happy-go-lucky show, it's Forza 2. No. I don't know what the best now it, you know what, the first couple of episodes it was Forza 2. Now it is Gotchard. You know, it is, I wouldn't say it's found its footing. It is going, all right, you know what we've been doing? Here we go. This is what we're really doing. Oh shit. Right? Goddamn Sabi Maru. Just everything this guy's been put through. Just unable to talk. Just being a shy, quiet individual, and slowly opening up to Hotaro, slowly opening up to the crew, just becoming like more outgoing, and just have that all ripped away in an instant by just forcing him to become this creature, right? It's fantastic. I love the idea of the evil rider not being a character, but being a thing that can like take over parts of our main cast, right? Like, that's a fascinating thing of this, because then it's like, we're already invested in this character, and now they're having a whole full-on Venom symbiote situation. That's fascinating. That's really great. Especially because, again, this whole show is about empathy. It creates instant empathy with them while trying to save the character. It's a brilliant little twist to the whole idea of just like, you're not trying... There's no redemption arc in this. It is purely save the friend. It is a hostage situation, but it's a action-packed hostage situation because the hostage is being forced to fight back. That's a fascinating little setup for all of this, right? And boy howdy, I love how the crew have been playing off each other. I love how they're like refining that more with this. The action in this episode was great. I also love how this kind of was just an entire bottle episode. It took place all in one field. It was super decompressed, right? It was all dialogue and back and forth. Just this whole episode took place in 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we missed a moment, a beat from that moment, from that entire scene. Like, if they had the time, in the effort and the budget, they could have done that in one shot. I'm not saying they should have. That would have probably been very, very painful and horrible to do. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it feels very. It doesn't feel like we cut any time out. It feels very. This whole thing was this whole thing, right? You get what I'm saying? Overall, this was a really, really good episode. You know what's also really good? Subscribing to me on YouTube. Like this video, please leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel so you can see this video and many more in the future. You can also follow me on Blue Sky, twitch.tv, Mastodon, all the places on the internet. Links are in the description. I also have a Discord server. You can go and join that. And hey, if you like these Gotchard videos and you would like to see more things like it, I have a weekly bonus video on Patreon. Right now, I've been reviewing Ultraman Blazar week by week. So if you want to, you can go see that for as little as $1 a month. And hey, this Friday, we're going to be talking about the Gotchard Legend Special Part 2. So keep your eyes peeled for that. In the meantime, let's talk some comments. First up, from Slime Beast. Don't capture level X Kimmies. Lol, bozo. Like this episode, also like Kirigane calling out that guy for not doing his actual job. The guy who later attacks Gotchard as Amalgam, who's really the bad guy here. So who's really the bad guy here? Love how they weren't really trying to hide that these people were suspicious. Like, hey, here's two brand new characters. They're kind of suspicious. They're suspicious. Like, they weren't trying to hide it. They weren't trying to make it a whole big twist. And this definitively shows that, like, the Alchemy Academy has had their head on backwards this entire time, because they're going like, oh, you can't catch a 10 Kemi, and your methods are wrong, Hotaro, whatever, blah blah blah. Yeah, Hotaro's the only guy trying to befriend the Kemis, trying to like treat them like people, and he's the only one that UFO's like, yo, here's a dope sword, and it's just like, oh, maybe he's onto something, maybe he's right or something. Maybe he's our protagonist who's going to change the status quo of things. Who knows? We'll know in, 30 episodes? 30 episodes! Give it time! Haha! I had to get a little drink. The whistle needed to be wetted. Next up from Esconde. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I did. We had turkey, like a lot of people did. Yeah, I really hope Kajiki gets to transform sometime, especially with UFO X. It'd be fitting for the Ultimate Kemi of the occult category, would be used by the one who believes it the most in the cast. Gotta say, I respect that Spanner was willing to pull the trigger and did so several times against what seemingly looked like a kid, because he's very aware how threatening they really are. Definitely a fun episode, another chunky form in action, and I really want to know what the consequences Atropos meant when the words she said to Rene. Oh, that's the little one, Atropos. Okay, little one, Atropos, little one, Atropos. You know, she's little because she atrophied. Atropos, haha. Yeah, especially with the preview for next episode, Kajiki is getting directly involved with the alchemy stuff. I love that. Love that for him. But now I'm sitting here going like, fuck. What if he's the next Dread? What if they put the... Like, that's a thing that's fascinating. We're worried of, like... Before, it's like, oh yeah, no, everybody... Get suits. Now there is a direct idea of, you do not want this person in this suit. This suit is going to fuck them up, right? And it's like, oh shit. Now you don't want anybody to get in a suit, because it's just like, oh shit. Bad juju. You know? And Spanner definitely feels like that kind of guy who, like, will do the job He's doing his job, but he's bitching and moaning the entire time. He's getting it done, but he's just going like, I fucking hate that I have to do this. Fuck this. Fuck you. But he's getting it done, and you can just kind of, you can let that go, right? And all the Academy crew also just going after Hotaro, just like, this isn't the way we do this. Very, very lawful. Whether it's good or evil, I think it all depends on the person now, because the lady was definitely lawful evil, you know. And the guy seems to be kind of mysterious of, ooh, what could that whole situation be? Who knows? Who can wonder? Also, I've been liking the chunky action forms. They've been dope. And I wonder, excuse me. I wonder, like, why is there just more chunky forms this time? Is it just because they want to change it up? Because there was no big ass. They've had big ass forms before. Like X8 had some big ass forms. And I don't know what big ass forms they had recently, but it's nice to see some big ass forms. They probably made a base suit and were like, okay, what can we add to this to make different forms? You know. And finally, from Fish Pop, thoughts as I watched the other day. Evil Belt level 10s can be subjugated, and level 10s can't be subjugated in a Master Gillon. The Stag Cammy prop was just a Stag foam from Double Recolored. Inspector Man is a red herring. It's going to be the woman who's spy. Jungle Boy plus battery bulky mech form. Not complaining there. No. Called it Kamen Rider Dread. New thoughts. Quiet Kid scanner thing was a variant of the Orange Claw purple gun scanner the other and Spanner have. Potential new toy. Hint he'll be a rider. Maybe. Lots of new wild forms. Some with props models, while others are PNG. The baddies identity felt obvious with a little thought. Glad that we have another big form. If the Academy proper is evil, then that's just the sort of logos from Saber. I'm looking forward to these level 10 forms. Christmas is coming soon. What tragedy will befall our heroes? Originally, when I responded to this comment as it came out before this episode released, I was like, oh, what if she's a sister? And it's like, no, she's just a simp. She's dead now, so we don't gotta worry about her. But yeah, the bulky suits do a lot of cool things to break up the action. And I can definitely see a lot of the classmates getting some forms, Kajiki, for example. But now I'm just going like, what if they just get dreaded? What if they just get brainwashed and turn into dread? Fuck. Oh man, what if that's the Christmas thing? What if Sabimaru dies and dread goes on to another person? That would suck. That would be absolute fuck. And I never watched Saber. I didn't watch Saber. But hey, Kamen Rider's no stranger to evil organizations that the hero accidentally finds themselves in, you know. But that's it for this episode of Kamen Rider Gotchard and this video of Gather Up Gotchard. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you leave a comment down below so we can talk about it next time as we talk about episode 13. Till then, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I hope you have a good week. Thank you all my Patreon supporters, but a big thank you to Scott Firescene, one of the baddest dudes.